It sounds really cliche to say this, but photography comes from the mind. And the mind is even more important in area like product photography. So the last time I did this kind of video, there was quite a lot of interaction and good feedback from you guys. And so today I'll be delivering some tips on product photography based on my experience. So here are some 5-minute tips regarding product photography whereby I will be going over untold truth that I wasn't told when I started off doing my things related to product photography. So let us start with the first one, which is conceptualization. And this is something that I specifically was not told at all when I started doing photography. You might have heard that in photography in general, it requires you to be creative, but in product photography, it's even more important to be creative, to be able to imagine, to conceptualize. Because ultimately, when I see people in the industry, myself included, when I started doing product photography, I search for stuff regarding the technical aspect of it or the creative aspects such as props or such as how do I get my lighting correct or how do I get A will be correct. However, I didn't really understand what exactly is the concept that I was trying to produce. So while it is important to know the technical aspect on how you want your photo to go about, it is really important to first boil down to understanding what your concept really is about. The props and everything else comes later, because when you get the concept of how you want to shoot the photo in mind, you should be able to get your photo perfectly right to what you or your clients want. However, it is important to understand that your concept must be realistic and befitting of the resources you have and you can afford as well. If you're a beginner, I would suggest you to highly do your product photography under the sunlight, because the sunlight itself is completely free. You don't have to buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of light to supply what you want to do with your product photography. So if you're a beginner, go shoot outside with creative concepts and make it more realistic. Like I said earlier, it is something you should be able to afford. It is something that is realistic. And if your concept matches those expectations, then you should be able to get a good photo with good amount of creativity that you can produce, rather than jumping on a highly produced photography and you not being able to afford it and later on ending up messing the entire concept itself. So yeah, when creating this content, the first thing that came to my mind regarding the untold truth regarding product photography is definitely going to be conceptualization itself, because I struggle a lot with this. A lot of the time I just go out and shoot unplanned, and sometimes it comes out good and I praise myself, but sometimes the entire shoot goes really badly. And it's really important to plan everything and to have your concepts aligned, be realistic, and it is a concept that you can be able to afford. Again, I can't stress how important it is, because you need to be able to imagine the concept when selecting the composition and other technicality for your shot. Second, let us talk about the technical aspect of product photography. You know, like I said earlier, technical aspect is important, but conceptualization goes first and then technical aspect goes second. However, when we're talking about technical aspect in product photography, there are tons and tons of things that you need to know. And I would not want you to go over every single thing. Those things need time for you to process. So in this video, I'm just going to share with you the importance of the technical aspect that you need to know in order to get your photo and your concept to fruition. Because a lot of the time when it comes to the technical aspect, it usually is the downfall behind why a lot of people stop producing content or they stop doing product photography in general, because it's too damn hard in a way that there are a lot of things involved. However, putting every single thing aside, I really suggest you to first start with the basic of technical aspect, and that is related to composition. Not the camera setting, not other things. Those kind of things, you just need to learn the basic. Clicking the shutter button, putting it on auto, no need to go manual right away. But firstly, start with understanding composition. Because a lot of the time we feel dissuaded or we feel demotivated to continue product photography because the product we take looks bad and we tried so hard, we understand all the technical aspect, but it still looks horrible in comparison to stuff you see online or stuff you see with other social media platforms producing great and highly produced contents. So yeah, the first thing that I want you to know regarding the technical aspect is composition. Composition is a fundamental aspect to allow photographers to create an aesthetically pleasing image. Because if you do not understand about composition, you just point your camera, sometimes it's in top left of your screen, sometimes it's in the center, sometimes there's no symmetrical order in the photo, and it will mess up your photography a lot. And that is how people get demotivated, because they try to compare what they know regarding product photography to other people and what they have been through for a long time. So that is something that I would suggest you to understand first when starting out doing product photography, because when you understand the basic of composition, you can just pull out your iPhone and take photos, and generally speaking, it can even look better than the photos taken on a professional camera. So yeah, understanding composition is really crucial. Like I said, it is crucial because it is the first step to allowing you to unlock more paths as you get more motivation regarding doing product photography, as you capture better and better photos over times, and that is how you sort of fell into the rabbit hole of product photography and you improve your skill overall. So that is the second untold truth that I personally wasn't told at all. I just go straight into product photography, just not knowing about composition, just learning the technical aspect, and I just learned it the hard way. I wasted nearly a year not knowing composition and my photo comes out bad, but at the end of the day, I learned the hard truth and I want to share it with you guys. And that is the second important untold truth. And the third sort of untold truth regarding product photography that I wasn't told is definitely going to be practice. But not just practice, because everyone tells us to practice, but to practice with something as basic as your iPhone or any other phone, your Android phone or other phones that you have, because practice makes perfect, and you don't have to do it with your professional camera if you don't have one. If you are a young person but you're an aspired photographer or cinematographer, you can just pull out your iPhone, your Android phone or any other phone and start capturing, because by doing that, not only will you have sort of a motivation for starting a small project you post on your Facebook, your YouTube channel or TikTok, you will also learn other small things along the way as well, such as photo manipulations or video editings or other important elements that is required in the field of product photography or videography. A lot of the time in the industry, people set quite a high bar regarding what a good photo should look like, but when you're getting sucked into this idea of comparing your work to other people's work, your work basically start losing value, and you'll start losing the motivation to pursue your aspirations. And that is something that I feel like a lot of young photographers nowadays are lacking. So no matter what happens, start small. If you want to become something big, right? Believe in yourself and start as small as creating bad photo and putting it out online, and along the way improve and start learning new things. Maybe you learn about product manipulation, maybe you learn about product 3D rendering or other important aspect of product photography, because that is how you learn. And that is pretty much it. So yeah guys, there might be a lot of more untold truths regarding product photography, but to me those three are the basic fundamentals that we need to learn in order to get started on our aspiration on becoming a product photographer or a photographer in general. And I hope you learned something from this video, whether it be practice, whether it be composition, or whether it be something as simple as being able to conceptualize and being able to use tools such as Pinterest to do research on what you want to achieve regarding product photography. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.